Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we will talk about multi-carrier modulation. So this topic of multi-carrier modulation would lead us to the further topic, and this would be the basis for this further topic of OFDM, which is orthogonal frequency division multiplexing. Now OFDM forms the basis for the fourth generation mobile communication, which is part of long-term evolution, and also uh, WiMAX. Both are 4G systems. These both systems are broadband technologies because we are considering not narrow bands but broader bands. In these systems, they support data rate up to 100 megabits per second. For example, we have a standard which is a standard of local area network on wireless, which is basically 802.11.8GN. This is also based on OFDM and it supports data rate of 200 megabits per second because of indoor communications. So consider bandwidth of availability at the transmitter is equal to B. That's called the communication bandwidth or the transmission bandwidth. Normally we consider B as two-sided bandwidth. So the time for the symbol available to be transmitted in this bandwidth is given by 1 over B. It means that we transmit one symbol every t seconds, so t would be equal to 1 over b. This is also called symbol rate or data rate. So the data rate or symbol rate is equal to 1 over b is equal to b. This kind of system is called single carrier communication systems because our symbol, it occupies the entire communication bandwidth, which is modulated on a carrier, on a single carrier. So in this single carrier systems, we have St is equal to xk, and k is a discrete time interval given by kt to k plus 1 into t. So if we transmit the first symbol x0, that would be ranging from the time interval 0 to t, and the second symbol would be from t to 2t, and the third symbol from 2t to 3t. So this means you transmit only one symbol every t seconds or every 1 over b. So if we divide the complete bandwidth into multiple carriers or n subcarriers, in which we have subcarrier spacing of b over n, and each subcarrier is called a subband. So we divide the complete band into multiple carriers ranging from -n over 2 minus 1 to b over n to n over 2 to b over n. This is called multi-carrier systems. We don't have one carrier, we divide the complete bandwidth into multiple carriers or complete bandwidth into n subcarriers. For example, we consider a bandwidth of 256 kilohertz. So typically n is given by 256, 512, 1024. Normally they are power of 2 as in OFDM. So example, if we have n is equal to 64 subcarriers, so b over n would be equal to 256 divided by 64, 4 kilohertz. So carrier spacing would be 4 kilohertz. So we have subbands which are differentiated from each other with a spacing of 4 kilohertz. So what is multi-carrier transmission? Let's consider the ith subcarrier, which is given by Fi is equal to IB over N, with the center frequency of the ith subcarrier is given by B over N. So I ranges from -n over 2 minus 1 to n over 2. Assume we have xi, which is the data to be transmitted on the ith subcarrier. So now we don't multiply our signal with the complete bandwidth, but we multiply our signal or the data transmitted or modulated with the individual subcarriers with the center frequency given by Fi. So data is transmitted on the ith subcarrier. So SIT would be given by xi e to the power j 2 pi I b over nt. So we have now n subcarriers. So therefore we transmit n data streams of these n subcarriers. So one data stream xi would be modulated on one carrier, the other would be modulated on the other carrier. So the total multi-carrier transmission would be given by ST is equal to sum of SIT. So this ST is basically composite or combined transmit signal. So multi-carrier composite transmitted signal will be given by ST is equal to sum of xi to the power j 2 pi FIT, where Fi is given by I b over n with the carrier spacing b over n and different i's. So how would we detect such system? How would we detect the signal transmitted xi in such a system at the receiver side? So in the absence of noise, we have yt is equal to xt, which is equal to sum of I xi to the power j 2 pi FIT. So we don't have any wi here, so whatever we transmit, we receive that. So we are coherently demodulating each string with corresponding subcarrier. How we demodulate it? We multiplied the signal with the different carriers and take the conjugate of it and then integrate it from 0 to n over b and multiplied b over n. This process is called match filtering or correlation. So you correlate at the receiver side at for different frequencies with the received signal. So the correlation operation is given here. This is the transmitted signal and which is received as yt. You multiply it with e to the power minus j 2 pi l b over n t over t minus because of conjugate. So we have this signal. We have both are exponentials, so we have I minus L here, and I minus L is given by K, where we take F naught is equal to B over N. So this F naught is given by the fundamental period, T naught is equal to 1 over F naught is equal to N over B. So if you see the integration 0 to N over B to the power J 2 pi I minus L into B over NT, this would be equal to 0 if I is not equal to L. If I is not equal to L, okay, so if you integrate this to 0 over N over B, you will get 0, and you get N over B if I is equal to L. Why? Because when I is equal to L, this thing would be equal to 0, so we have e to the power 0, that would be equal to 1, so you will get N over B. So all subcarriers except L subcarrier are orthogonal to the L subcarrier. So after demodulation with Lth subcarrier, we have B over N into XL dot N over B plus 0, 0, 0, 0. These all 0 terms are from the subcarrier which are at the receiver side not equal to the transmitted subcarriers. So at the end of the day, you will get XL. You will get the Lth transmitted symbol here. So basically we have to decode the L stream coherently. So what we do is demodulate it with e to the power j 2 pi L over b and t. In fact, it would be minus here. So what we get here would be get XL plus sum of these values in which I is not equal to L. So this we have already discussed this term that because of orthogonality, this term would be equal to 0. So at the end of the day, we'll get XL. Hence, XL can be recovered by coherently demodulating with e to the power j 2 pi L b over nt. To recover symbols corresponding to n subcarriers, we coherently demodulate with n subcarriers corresponding to L is equal to minus n over 2 minus 1 to n over 2. This scheme is not OFDM, but it is very similar to AFDM. However, it forms the basics for OFDM. So the above scheme that we have discussed so far is called multi-carrier modulation.